What's poppin', y'all? We back with another episode of the Squid Games Aftermath podcast. I am your host, DeAndre, and today I got a very special guest in the building coming to us all the way from Bloomington, Illinois, Mr. Jastin, number 41 in the game. What's happening?
Okay, so what's good, y'all? It's Jastin. I'm from Bloomington. I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana, repping the 260. I live in Bloomington right now. Graduating 2 weeks. I go to IU. You know what it is.
Hey, you know what it is now, and he's about to come get this education degree up in here and show all y'all what's up when he get out of college. Just wait on it. No, just
You
wait
know
on
it.
it.
You know it.
All right, Jastin. Well, we gonna jump right into it, man. Why did you decide to apply for Squid Games, the challenge?
Shoot, bro. I decided to apply because, man, it was such a crazy experience. I love the show, and I want to throw my hat in the ring, see if I could really do it. And I applied, and they hit me back the next day. I got up, I got the call. I'm jumping. I put her on mute. I'm jumping around my house. I'm lit. You know what it is.
Hey, it's lit. It's lit. We vibing right now, and we get the call. Okay, okay.
You
So
know,
when so you get the call, you get accepted onto the show. Time gets ready, getting all the stuff taken care of, and it's the night while you're packing before you leave. What's going on in your head?
I mean, there was so much going on through my head. I wasn't even near my family. I was living in Spain at the time, and I had been away from home for months, and I didn't really have all the thoughts about this show. Everything to prepare was really in my head. I'm really just like trying to figure out how I want to, what my game plan is, how I want to be locked in. What I want to do. Do I want to gain alliances? Do I want to make enemies? It was just so much going on through my head, and just this crazy experience being away from the life that I know, and put in a whole different environment around a whole assortment of people from all over the world. It was just a lot to prepare for, and I try to think about it the best way I could.
He was thinking about them different story arcs. Do I want to? It's like if you ever played Sonic Heroes, you got four different story arcs. You can pick the hero team, you can pick the villains, you can pick the other squad. It's like, which way do I want to go? And so that's kind of it's going through your head a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's funny. Well, so I vividly remember the day that we're lining up to get on the bus to go to red light, green light. I remember seeing you in the front, right by the doors, because you stick out because your hair at the time was out, and you were standing there stone cold faced, like, man, I'm about to murk somebody. You was at me mugging everybody in line. I was like,
Oh,
oh snap, this man means business.
see, now that is crazy. Like I thought I had I mean, maybe I was locked in, but like from my point of view, I thought I was being social. I'm the nicest. I'm one of the nicest people here, but not like too nice. But a lot of people have been telling me after the show that I seem like a quiet man. I seem like I'm real locked in, real serious. I'm one of the least serious people out here. Everything's fun, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, no, definitely was 3 o'clock in the morning. So put that
There
in
we go.
retrospect. This man, he was just trying to wake. You look like you were trying to wake up and whatnot too at the same time. So, but I just remember you the closest one to the door. I vividly remember seeing you at that point for the first time seeing you.
Whew.
So we move on. We get on the bus and we head out to the first game, and we can tell it's red light, green light from the tents just because of the top. You can see a little bit of the set. But when you first walk into the red light, green light arena, what's going on in your head?
Like, whoa, like this is so surreal. Like, we're really here. Like, a show that I watched on Netflix is now right in front of me. Like, whoa, it's just like really taking it all in. Like, we're really here. I really have an opportunity to win $4.56 million. Like, okay, I'm here to compete. This is real. This isn't like something that is sitting in my email. This is it. I ain't come here for nothing, so I'm leaving with something.
That's right. That's right. This is it, Michael Jackson settings. And so when we get ready to start the game, we get a little practice round, and then it's time for the real thing. So what's your strategy going into this?
See, the practice round is crazy because as soon as we went, a dude pushed me, and I said, bro, we got 4 million on the line, bro. If you push me, bro, in the real game, we will have real problems. I'm gonna wake up from the dead, and I might have to put my hands on you, bro. But uh, uh, like that practice round was crazy. But my initial strategy fell apart completely as soon as the game started. My original strategy was to just slide like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did not go like that. My first position is like a little run, and I stopped, and everything was cool. I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking, okay, my first position, it's just like this. It's only gonna be like 5 minutes. I can do that. Then after 15 minutes, my legs start to buckle. I'm starting to feel weak. And it's 20. What they don't tell our fans is like it's 20 degrees in there, son. So everybody's hand, if your hands are exposed or any part of your body is exposed, you're gonna feel it for real. So a mix of like the cold making your body frigid, and your legs been standing for so long. I'm just thinking about my family and my friends and this money, and I can't go out in the first round. Just having to compete, put myself out there. But yeah, my strategy fell off. You didn't ask all that, but my strategy fell off in the beginning.
Hey, my man was stuck out there like the man covered in all silver in the New York in Times Square, where you gotta like put some money on it for him to get moving. He just stuck, and you waiting for him to put some more money, but the money ain't coming.
Exactly, exactly. Mimes would have been perfect for red light, green
Oh
light.
yeah, they would have been. That would have been their game because they would have been clean, no distractions whatsoever. So yes, it was very rigid and rough, and so, but you survive that first round, and so you're making your way closer, whatnot, inch by inch, and the finish line is in sight. What's going through your head when you see it?
Bro, that was so crazy because like I didn't get I didn't make it over the line. I was one of the last people to make it over the line with TJ and Leanne. And I seen him. Me and TJ are having a whole conversation. He's like the coach. He's yo, you can do this. You can get up. All you gotta do is get up. You gotta run. You just gotta do it. I'm here right here with you. I'm like, yeah, bro, we got it. He's standing up. I'm my last position. I'm sitting on my butt, and I have my hands out like this, and like I'm just thinking because they let the clock run down. So like, they let the clock run down to 10 seconds, and I'm like, whoa, how am I gonna get up off my butt and run? So I'm so glad they showed it in the last little part of the show when Leanne made it. I'm in the back, and I made it. I jumped over that line, and I was just like, I know how you felt, bro. How we all felt, bro. Trauma bonded, bro. Like just the feeling of like, whoa, I did that. It's such a satisfactory feeling, bro.
Yeah, no, it's not too many times you ever felt like that in your life, and I always compare things back to, all these games are children's games, and it makes you feel like a kid again when you got your first N64, or you beat this game that you bought, or something along those. It's your birthday party, so something along those lines, and that's kind of what it reminded me of. Like, wow, because I don't, me jumping for joy like that just because you know, as it after you turn 18 over too many things, especially as guys, like it takes a lot for us to get that out of us. And so definitely it was kind of just a feeling that you can't even describe or express without talking to somebody who did it, because they'll understand what you're talking about.
AOD, when did you make it?
I was in the third group.
You were in the third group. Did you know that Teo didn't make it till 5 hours into the game?
I didn't know that.
The first person didn't make it till 5 hours in, which is crazy.
Jesus. Yeah, and he was, oh God, he was way up there too. Yeah, I mean,
lucky.
I was imagining, yeah, and I was imagining, and you in there, you're just daydreaming, and I'm just like thinking, like, wonder how long it's been. But I know it's in my head. I'm thinking like 3 hours maybe, because you lose track of time. You're just staring out. I knew it was way more than that, but I mean, I was just singing. At one point, I was just singing songs in my head and then counting like minutes, and then just it was just one time I remember counting how long it was in between, and I was like, wow, like that's really how long they're doing it. So yeah, it was insane, man. Like,
bro, you just woke up a memory for me. Like I just remember, like between those, like I forgot what I'll be thinking about family and friends and good moments, but I forgot how bored I was. Like literally, I just be counting 1 second, 2 second,
Yep.
3 second, and then we got about 1,000 seconds. I'm like, okay, we're
Yeah,
going all
no,
day.
I was counting. I was literally was counting, and then we get to a certain point, like, okay, let's. I just get something to state here. I mean, I even fell asleep at a point in the game, because it was the long, really, really, really long one after like the third or fourth one, which were the longest. I just fell asleep because I was tired. I was like, we're gonna be here for a while, so let me just get my energy back because I could sense in the game I was sleepy. I was very sleepy during the whole thing, and I just need let me like 5 minutes, 10 minute nap, and I'm good. So that helped.
What was the worst for me? My bad.
Yeah, you
I
good.
had to pee 3 hours into the game,
Oh no.
so I had to hold it for the next 5 hours.
Ooh.
Insane, bro.
I would have had to just do the deed.
I thought about it. I thought, am I gonna be the guy that pees on himself on national television? I really considered it. Then I was like, you know what? I can't go out like that. I gotta go. I gotta make it.
Oh man. That's wild. Well, congratulations, player 41 passes the first test. He's on his way to the money, just like everything planned. So we get on out of there, head to the hotel, getting back. We get back and it's time to go to the dorms. So when you first step into the dorms, what's going through your head?
The same feeling as red light, green light. Like, whoa, like this is real. Like this and like this Netflix money. So I made a movie this year, and that was an independent film. But seeing that Netflix money work, the way they put this set together, the cameras they got on us, the bathrooms are so colorful. Like it was just whoa, like and just the feeling of triumph. Over 200 people didn't even make it to that level. So for us to be there and see all that and get the opportunity to compete further, it was such a satisfactory feeling. That it just feeling like an accomplishment, really.
Yeah, no, it was definitely euphoric, and like you actually feel like you in the game this time. So,
Exactly.
Joe, you when you get in there, you thinking about making a small group of friends? Are you thinking about talking to everybody? Are you like, what's your kind of strategy with the people?
My strategy was, I wanted to talk to as many people as possible and kind of like wait them out, see what people's strengths are, see what people's weaknesses are. Um, like it didn't really, that really wouldn't have mattered in my opinion until like later in the game when alliances really did matter, because like the first parts of the game are really just you're an individual. Um, and I was just going around. I made so many great friends. Like we were so bored. Like I remember throwing the sock underwear ball around with you, or we were stretching or working out, or some people were praying and doing all types of other stuff. So there was just so much connections that could be made. And I was just going around asking people what their favorite food was because I was so hungry. And I felt like I was cool with everybody, or most people for the most part. And I made a connection with most people on the show that were still there. So that was the game plan, and really see what people could do, what their strengths or weaknesses were, where they stood. Yeah, that was me.
Okay, okay. So we move on, and eventually we find out that player 200 is voted off the island. What's going on in your head when you hear this?
I was honestly hurt, and I was upset. I was hurt because that same day, me and 200 we had a really in-depth, deep conversation. He was telling me about his family, his career, what he's into. He seemed like a really cool guy. And we said we were going to connect after the show. He seemed like a really genuine person. And then for him to get eliminated, it just kind of made me sad. Like, first off, like, dang, you eliminated my friend. But then again, I get upset because why would you eliminate 200 who's barely even a threat, in my opinion? Like there are people, there are some excuse me, there were some people who were threats, who could pose a threat to the game. That's that Sprite talking. But there were people that posed a threat that you could have got out, that you had the opportunity, and you just picked randomly. you know
Yeah,
so
no, I was shocked. I remember that I was there with you guys on the beds talking for that whole. We were talking for like 2 or 3 hours with 200, you, me, and him.
yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, so we were on the beds and like that was a good convo. Like we talking about his whole life and then where we came from and food, of course. And it was dope because that was the first time I got to sit down with you two and kind of see what's going on with you guys. And I vividly remember that because he got eliminated at the same day, and I'm like, dang, we was just talking to this dude for like 2 or 3 hours, and then damn, he's gone just like that. So it was, that's kind of when it set in for me, like, okay, this is somebody you could be cool with is just gone immediately, and you can't do nothing about it. That's just the game. So
That
it was,
that was our first wake up call.
yeah, definitely the first wake up call, and would not be the last. So we move on, and then we eventually get started with the second game. And so we have the white room there first. So what's going on in your head when you walk in this white room?
I have well, like I had a feeling it was going to be the cookie game, but they did it differently. The way that you get into it. So when we went into this room, I'm thinking it's a whole different. I kind of knowing it's cookie game, but I'm thinking it's a different game. Like they're doing something different with it. But I didn't know. I just ended up getting in the line. I chose three. I chose three because it's not number one, it's not number four, it's three. It's right there in the middle, and there can't be too much wrong with that.
Can't be too much wrong with that. Yes, so because in the show they were straight into the playground and they saw the shapes, and then once they got in the lines, then they said you're gonna keep getting the rules and giving them. That's what I thought we were doing. I was like, okay, we're gonna go in there, we're gonna see the shapes, and then not that we knew which like of course everyone would get in the same line if that was the case, but I was just ready to walk into the playground, not this white room, so that kind of threw me off a little bit. But yes, we get in, and then soon we find out that they have to, what's going on. It's Dalgana, and the first line has to pick. So first line goes in there, boom, gone. Second line goes in there, boom, gone. Third line goes in there, and it is time for them. They eventually make the selection, which is the line order: circle, triangle, star, umbrella. And so you end up getting star. What's kind of going through your head when you see this whole little pick'em thing going through?
Bro, I didn't know too many people that went up there before. When you got out, I was sick, bro. I could just tell on your face, bro. I could just tell you were like you were finna push him, like, bro, go to the umbrella. Like
I was about to push him to the umbrella.
You were kind of getting irritated. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Don't get my dog out. Because luckily that round, my line had gotten circled. So I was cool with it. I was just hoping he would go and we would get good. But that hurt. The whole pick'em situation was a complete twist. And for us to be able to see that, see how Netflix is shooting this stuff and seeing how clean it looks.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. You guys had did that race thing. I thought it was a good idea because it worked out for us. So it was just so crazy. And then I shout out to number 098. I'll never forget him. He said, no, I'm not going. He's not going for the umbrella. He couldn't sell us. And then, Zach, it just kept going on and on and on. And it got to Spencer and his infamous spit on someone else's cookie. I seen him in line. I could see him going down. He was going through it. I thought it was pretty funny because I knew 432 wasn't going to go. So I knew our line was going to be cool. So I feel like he could have been swayed to take, a lesser cookie. And that's how it ended up going. I thought it was very funny, though. Not going to lie.
This man was in there chuckling in his boots, man. Yeah, it was funny to see and whatnot, and very dramatic,
I
will say.
You lagged out, Brody. What'd you say?
Can you hear me now? You got me?
Give it like a second and you should come back.
Okay, you good, right?
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, very dramatic. Love Spencer. It's one of my really close friends, and he just, look, if I was behind him and I saw him doing that, I would have been tight too. So I definitely understand how things went. I haven't really ever asked this question to a triangle or star person. I haven't asked it to a star person, but I will say, do you think it was fair for people to have the assumption, okay, whatever line you're in, that's the order we should go in, and that's what shape you get? You think that's fair?
That's such a tough question. Whatever. Okay. So whatever line you go, whatever. Like if you're line 3, you get the star. If you're line 4, you get the umbrella. I mean, that's how it kind of went, right?
Do you think it's fair to go with that decision?
No. Because I think everybody wants circle, and I think just because you chose star, we don't know anything. They don't tell us anything about the game, so you know, um, I think just like in the marbles game, you make up your own game, you figure out your own way to get ahead in the game, and I think if you do that as a group, then it's all fair, and it's a fair game for everybody. Like the race, I was like, okay, you guys all started back and you raced and you lost. So I felt like that was pretty fair. But
We all agreed. I think it's all. If you all agree on something, that's fair, and we did all agree on it. But there was one or two people who did not. Wasn't umbrella anyways, even if they lost. So I always say this is what if I could go back. This is what I would have done. I would have said, okay, you guys, we're not all gonna agree. We need to figure this out. We have 2 minutes. We need to each point to someone who we want to be the leader. The leader then selects everyone's shape, and I feel like that's the most fairest way to go because that includes the social dynamic of the game, where it's like who'd you make friends with, And if you all made friends with the same people and that person's leader, and we all agree on it, then we'll just see who they like best, and that's the game. So I would go back and propose that idea because I feel like I would have been okay with that. Not that I was cool with everyone in the line, but I feel like everyone would have pointed at the one person that I was cool with as well, and I knew had my back. So
retrospect, crazy.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I had a lot of time to think about it, and I'm just like, so. But we move on. You get the star, and you get inside, and you get your star. How you feeling about the star?
They had us waiting for so long before we could do the star, and like my whole line was just very anxious and nervous about like how we're gonna do it and game plans and what we're gonna do. I felt like the star was doable. I felt like it was harder, but I do feel like it was much more doable, and we got blessed by not getting the umbrella. And we all okay, and we all just we stuck together. We made a plan of how we can get through. And while we're in the game, we were talking to each other, cheering each other on. If we found out any tips, because we were all trauma bonded. We had built something together, so it was good to stay connected like that. And I feel like they didn't show a lot of the star people that made it because a lot of star people made it. Like a lot of star people made it. More, like I think more than triangle, or very close to triangle. So we were able to talk, and as soon as Brad made it through, he told everybody else like, if you just spit on the cookie and rub it in, you got it. And that's what everybody started to do. And then from there, we just made it through, and it was just such a triumphant moment because that was another moment where I was scared. I made my cookie and I was just shaking, just here, just take it. But yeah, man, that was so cool. That was so cool. And tidbit, people thought I was a genius because I kept my cookie, put it in my pocket. It had green fuzz all over it. And every morning I would put it in that gross oatmeal we had.
Interesting.
Had all types of slob on it and everything. If they knew how bad that oatmeal was.
I mean, it was bad, but I mean, they sell the same kind of oatmeal at Starbucks, which is funny. And I've actually had it before, and so I'm like, oh, this tastes like the Starbucks oatmeal. So it was bad though. Like it was horrible. So never want to eat that kind of oatmeal again in my life. So you complete the star. Congratulations. Number 41's taking care of business and moving up and on like the Jeffersons. He out here. So we get back to the dorms and we see this telephone. Are you thinking about grabbing this telephone?
Yes. Because I was interested and I was very bored. So I didn't know what it could be. And I felt like I knew it was a test. But, I was very interested in picking up that phone. But I wanted to let him grab it first in that first one, and then he got that burger and fries, and we all went crazy. And as soon as I see one hand going for fry, I grab me some fries. Everybody's grabbing fries. Somebody's eating fries off the ground. Jada walked away with the burger. I got half of that burger. I ran away and I went under the beds and ate it like this. Like I was feeling so starved, bro. Like my animal instinct had just come out. Like I felt embarrassed that I just like went this crazy over a cheeseburger and fries.
Did the burger have pickles on it and tomatoes?
Yep, showed it.
See, I wouldn't
Showed
have been able
it.
to eat that then. I don't like pickles and tomatoes, so.
Oh, you're missing out, bro. You're
I
missing
might have
out.
sacrificed in the time being because I was hungry, but I probably still wasn't eating no pickles and tomatoes at that point. Well, you got you a bite to eat. That's good. Replenished a little bit, so he's feeling a little bit more like himself. And so eventually, 198 gets eliminated because he is acting a fool and answered the phone again and can't get someone else to give the phone to them. Such a shame. Such a shame, but I don't think we sad to see him go, man.
We
He can get
weren't.
on the yeah,
I sure wasn't.
yeah. So he can get on up out of here and we'll UPS him up out of the country. Or at least out of the Squid Games. So we move, and now it's time for the third game. And we walk into the white room, and there are 8 lines. What is going on in your head?
We walked, bro. I'm the whole time like in the dorms. We're like the next game is tug of war. The next game is tug of war. This is where those alliances really come in. Like what? Okay, who are you gonna have on your team for tug of war? Because you want to pick Braun, but you also don't want to get too many people that are just like cock strong on one team. So I'm looking at these lines and I'm feeling line one. I like the number one. It's got my boy Jordan in it. Uh, it's got my boy Young in it. Abdul. Some really cool people. Riley was in there. So I'm thinking, okay, if this is tug of war, we got some solid men. That can really run. That can really pull tight. And 4-3-2, who I knew played for Clemson. Another athlete. I'm thinking, okay, that even adds to it more. And they've been talking to him a lot, so maybe he got some plot armor. Honestly, I thought that. So I'm thinking, okay, yeah, yeah. I'm thinking, okay, we can kill in tug of war. So we go in these rooms, they sit us down, we get in the lines, and yeah. What else do you want to know?
Wait, that's it. Y'all was feeling confident, definitely. And when they said line 3 versus line 1, y'all might have been puffing y'all chest out just a little bit. And so y'all like, okay, cool. We already going to we start thinking about tomorrow. Okay, so we walk in, and what we behold that it is a different game. This is warships. What is going on in your head when you see the setup?
A complete mind twister, dude. Like literally, I'm like, did they just play us like this? They had us fully convinced that this was tug of war, or maybe we convinced ourselves that it was tug of war, and it is battleships. And I don't know too much about battleships, but what I do know is that it's literally just picking points and luck. And I'm like, okay, so this isn't a game I know. And where were we at? I'm sorry.
You talking about like your mind when you see Battleship and whatnot?
Oh yeah, bro. Like I said, it was such a mind twist, and I'm thinking I'm fully convinced that it's tug of war, but it's really, battleships, a game of luck and just picking spots, And I'm like, whoa, this isn't like tug of war was in my hands, but battleship is a game where I don't even know it like that. So, I can just only do what I can do, and we picked our captains, and the story is told. Was I?
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
well, before we get there, so about the captain's picking, why don't you tell me how that went down?
So we picked our captain. We said, "Who knows Battleship?" And immediately, Jessie, our captain, she just throws her hands up. And in retrospect, after watching the show, I see that was more out of like self-preservation. She, even if she didn't know how to play the game, she was gonna choose to go first regardless, which I feel like is very selfish. But it's what we did at the time. We picked her, and then she picked um, Radica, and they went up there. It was really just based off who knew it, and she said, "Oh, I used to play it as a kid." I've only maybe played it a couple times through phone games, but I wouldn't say I exactly have a strategy or a good way to win. So, but I wish I would have been the captain. I wish I would have had it in my own hands.
Okay, okay. So yeah, you picked them two as captain, and then ships are missing. Boom, 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 boom. Nobody's hitting, but then they finally hit your ship, and yeah, they find your guys first, and unfortunately, they hit the 5 boat, and y'all go swinging 68, 422, 447, 452, and 41. Ugh, not the first boat, man. What are you thinking?
Bro, I was as soon because I was in the 5 boat. As soon as they hit my guy Abdul right next to me, I was just like, whoa, okay. Like it really hit me like, whoa, this is probably it. Like there's no way they're gonna hit the five. They're gonna hit the boat and not try to finish it out. So I'm thinking, this is it for me. My fate is sealed. All I can do is, I'm in a mix of emotions. I'm very upset, but then I'm like, I still want to cheer on my team. Still try to, get some people through. These are still my friends, really close people that I met. So I want to try to keep them going. But it was just going through my head like, well, this is over for me. This is my opportunity, and it's lost in warships out of luck, just placing dots. So I was honestly really hurt, and I wasn't in the mood to really talk to anybody.
No, you good. Yeah, that's a tough way to get hit. The first game, you're the first boat that gets sunk, and then you kind of just got to sit out the rest of the game, and then it's completely out your hands. So that's hard, man, because you got to. That's just unfortunately what happened, and completely just blind luck of that your boat was the one to get hit. So you get hit, you get sunk, and ultimately your team loses, and you guys get eliminated. Tell me how you feeling once you get back to the hotel.
um, it's a mix of many emotions. I hadn't been home in a long time, so I hadn't seen my family. So, I was at least gonna be able to be live in my sadness around family members and friends. um I was really upset that I couldn't go back to the dorms and finish the game with everybody else, or even know what happens after me. So yeah, it was just feelings of sadness. I was excited, very excited to try some foods. They put us on a bus that had so many snacks. And when we got back to the hotel, they gave us some pizza. We had to have a therapy session, and I got eliminated with 432. During this therapy session, me and him kind of got into it because like
Really?
I wasn't in the mood at all. He wasn't in the mood. I don't think anybody in that room was exactly happy. And the therapist was just like, "Hey guys, calm down, bring it back in. You guys are off the show now. You guys are in a safe place. We can calm tensions." And we ended up just talking, and then we ended up taking a couple of drinks, and we kind of had a
So
good
what
night.
happened? Why did you guys what was going on that made y'all hostile towards each other?
Somebody else was talking, telling the therapist about their feelings about you know, how they where they're at, and he was just like interrupting them, being like okay, like like telling them like be quiet or whatever. And I was like, bro, please, like, shut up. Like nobody's trying to hear that right now. Like we all lost, we're all upset. Like we gotta chill. And they had to bring us back. And that's to his character. That's who he displays on the show. And I've gotten a lot of questions like, is that really who he is? Yes, that's really who he is.
Well, I'm sure you've met people in your past that's kind of similar to him, have you not? Like the similar type of person.
Yeah, but not like just random people that I have to be around.
Yep. Yeah. It's yeah, because I mean, you've been in a locker room before. You played sports, and we all have kind of a. He vividly reminded me of some people that I played college sports too. Of some people with a similar demeanor and mantra to them, so I kind of know how to like deal with that. But it's different. One because you're on a team, so it's like, and you guys you live in the same area, so you can take care of that and kind of like know how to deal with that. But with a complete stranger, and you can't physically do anything to somebody. Maybe like at home you can physically take care of somebody, but here you can't do that, and you kind of have to really learn how to just deal with that. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult because also I mean, I don't know if you're thinking this, but you don't you see another brother, you don't want to you don't want that kind of thing going on where like y'all fighting each other. So
Yeah,
that
he was a pusher. He the whole show, he was a pusher. Like that's the type of person that he is, in my opinion. We during the show, even like in the dorms, we had constant interactions where they were negative. So like I had to like bring him to the side, over to that spot where Leanne calls us the bros, and I had to have a conversation with him, like, bro, like what's up with you? Like, is this really what you're on? Is this really who you are? He told me about his backstory, about his mother, and like why he is the way he is. The same thing he said in the show. So, I guess just finding out, and it's not everything's easy for everybody. Sometimes you have to grow up to be harder than you may need to be to feel protected. So I guess that was his vibe.
yeah, no, I hear that, and definitely I feel for him having to deal with his struggles and whatnot. Only having his mom around and just having those issues. I mean, there are issues that I don't understand because I had both my parents around, and my mom isn't white, so I can't understand where he's coming from to that aspect of things, and I can't say, oh, I understand when I don't. But I will also say, you meet strangers, just treat everybody with respect. Nobody ever. Not, I always say this. If you have a kind of weird sense of humor, like I know like a lot of people on the show had their own kind of sense of humor. I got my own sense of humor. I was saying some things that I thought was jokes, and then other people took it serious. I was like, no, no, I'm just playing with you. Like I call somebody weak, but it was just joking. Like I didn't mean you were weak. It's just like you could be perceived as weak from viewers on TV, but I had to take a step back, and I'm like, let me chill. I don't want to, disrespect nobody I don't know, but I'm gonna disrespect somebody if I intentionally want to. Okay, so there's two different levels to that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you get back home. How are you feeling when you get back home and you leave London?
Um. I hope we're not okay. Yeah, we're back. Um. Getting back home, that flight home was actually really sad. I really didn't like when we like just like when I got to the hotel. I finally changed my clothes. I played some music that I had and some sad music. I played Times Move Slow, by Bad Not Good, like 30 times because that was my sad song at the time. The flight home uh, it was well needed because I was, it gave me some time to really sit back and think, like, whoa, like I really just did that. I got eliminated, but I still just, I'm on a Netflix TV show. I just had this great experience. I met all these people, um, but I lost, and that probably stung the most. Just knowing that this is one of my closest chances so far in my life to get this type of money, and I lose it in Battleship. It really hurts. Like I know how you feel. Like I mean, it wasn't even in your hands either. I mean, you could have went to go take Umbrella, but you had already chosen yours, so you're kind of like selling everybody. So it was kind of like him not going. It took it away from you. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No. Definitely. 100%. Yeah. Yours is kind of out of your hand. You had no control whatsoever, and I like Squid Games as a whole. I like the show, how everything went, like how they did things. But I just wish that when people got sent home, you just had a fighting chance of something. Like, give me a dice roll. Give me, I don't know, flip a coin, something to where it doesn't feel like you kind of got robbed to a sense and you just were out of power. Because every show, competition show essentially, you have a chance. There's some kind of chance to save yourself. Like in Big Brother, you have a veto competition if you're on the block. If Survivor, you can talk to people, and you have you can look for idols. You can make a plan to switch things around. Something, you know. There's a vote off, so, and then other shows, you know, there's other different ways. And my point is just like, I get, you know, it's the highest money given away, so I get it's not going to be easy, and it's going to be a lot of luck involved. But it was just a lot more luck than I was imagining involved. And I was
Yes.
like, okay, like I've got I practicing my brain games, I'm doing my workouts. I should be all right, you know, I should be decent. But that didn't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, there's really no way you could have. It was just so much unknown. No way you could have predicted what was to come. You know, you never knew what they were going to do next. You never knew how long something was going to take. You never we didn't know it was going to be 8 hours. Some people say 11 hours. We didn't know it was going to be 20 degrees. You know, we didn't know that the cookie challenge was going to be based off of pick me, and they were just going to keep going down the line until everybody agreed. You know, so yeah, it was just a game of luck, and you really didn't really have too many chances. But one thing that I do wish, like, it's a negative, but like, I kind of wish I would have died. Like, like you, not like that, but like you got popped. You know?
Oh, you didn't get popped. You didn't.
No,
Get popped,
I didn't get
so.
popped. I just got drowned, I guess. Like, I just got sat down in the boat, you know, and that was it for me. You know, I wanted to fake die, if anything, but you know, it's cool. Just watching everybody back.
It was funny. It was funny seeing that, but I didn't fake die. I was too mad to fake die. I was too mad. I was like, this is not happening. I'm not about to get anything else out of me. I was just like, whatever.
Yes, bro. I seen your face. You were just like,
Yeah, no, I was cussing people out with my eyes at that point. So
how was it for you? Like, what did they do after that?
so it's funny. I haven't talked about this actually. I'm gonna do my own thing
Oh,
like once I get
yeah.
everyone done. But I'll go through it with you though. I have no problem. So I was really mad when I got out. So when I left the area, I threw off my jacket, threw off my shirt, threw off my mic. I was walking outside. It was raining, like shirtless. I was like, come back, come back. I was like, fuck it. Leave me alone. I was like, don't talk to me. I can't talk to nobody right
Who was
now.
trying to talk to you? The PA?
Yeah, the PAs, the producers, all these things. And I'm just like, y'all, let me be right now. And I remember that I was
I
really
haven't heard
like,
any of this story.
well, they were trying to
Stupid
get me to calm.
connection.
Like I was quiet, but I was like off in the loan. Like
Yeah,
they
you're like
knew not to
frozen.
come. Oh, it froze. All right, give me 1 second. All right, I think that's better. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, much better. Can you go
Um,
through it again?
Yeah. So yeah, I went off on my own. The producers came up to me and they're trying to talk to me. I'm like, y'all don't talk to me right now unless y'all put me back in the game.
Jesus.
So,
Wi-Fi doesn't want to see it.
yeah, the Wi-Fi is messing up. But basically they had to transfer me back to the hotel in my own Uber because they were worried about me. And I got there and just like talking to somebody one-on-one for the longest. And then we get to the group therapy session and then we do that whole thing and then get to the hotel, get into my room and then kind of decompress in there. So that was that. You hear
Oh
me?
my! I didn't hear any of that. Like,
You
why
didn't-
did it work as soon as the story was over?
Oh.
All right, if you don't
You
mind,
didn't-
because I am interested. Could you just tell me one more time?
Yeah. So basically, they when we were leaving, they had to escort me out by myself.
It does. I think.
What is going on, Coach? But yes, that was the story. If you didn't get the whole story, I will get you. I will finish the story another time because unfortunately, this is the end of our time. Sadly, Jastin, you are a dope dude, man. I know you a very determined dude. You have high aspirations. You're positive for us. You got good vibes, man. You got everything you need to succeed and get your own money your own way without the show's help, even though it would be nice. But definitely keep doing what you're doing, man. And you gonna get where you need to be very soon. I feel it.
Appreciate you, my brother. You know, honestly, bro, like, you know, we didn't get too much time, but I honestly feel like you were one of my genuine friends on the show, like somebody I could actually mess with and talk to. You know, we were throwing the ball around, playing soccer and doing all that, stretching. You know, I bet you don't remember that. You know, we did a lot of stretching. So, you know, I had a really good time, bro. I'm glad that I got to meet you, experiences you, bro. And I just, you know, for the past couple months, I've been tuning in, watching your videos, seeing you try to come up, do what you do, bro. And, you know, I just, you know, more life to you, bro. You know, props for putting me on the show, bro. Nothing for the best. If anybody can do this shit, why not you?
Hey,
So
hey,
like
much respect, my brother.
you know, and I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. Number 41, tuning out. Got more projects to come. Sunday, my movie, is coming out on Amazon in late December, early January. Keep
Tell
an
him the
eye,
name of the movie.
huh?
Tell him the name of the movie.
Sunday. The name of the movie
Oh,
is Sunday. The name of the movie is Sunday with an asterisk. I'm starring in it. It's gonna be on Amazon. You can get that, you can buy that, you can rent it. Just make sure you put an eye out for that. And here we go. 2 weeks, baby. Let's do it. Love.
okay,
Squid,
okay.
like
Let's
Squid
do
Gang
it.
for life.
Hey, Squid Game for life, man. Check out his movie, Jastin, playing number 41. It was an honor to have you, man. I appreciate you. Until next time, y'all, we out here. Peace and blessings, and have a wonderful rest of your day.